Good day, time, my fuzzies, and welcome to a quick review of a game, movie, or TV show I just finished. All thoughts and feelings are my own and are just for fun, quick way to get out my feelings on what I just played or watched. So enjoy and don't take anything too seriously. Good day, time, my fuzzyites, and welcome to a quick review of Pac-Man. I won't have very much to say about this because it's simple, but it's very enjoyable and fun to play through. And especially now, there's a lot of ways to play the game, from collections, like Namco, or a straight-up Pac-Man Plus collection with a bunch of Pac-Man games. There's always new and good ways to play the game. Overall, it's just, as a basis, there's not much to it. You're Pac-Man in a maze, going around collecting pellets, and avoiding ghosts, / getting super pellets and eating ghosts. And you just get all the pellets and you move on to the next level. Yeah, not much more to say. Because especially when it comes to the story, there's no real story to the game, just eat the pellets and move on to the next thing. I tried Googling quickly, so there might be something deep in the lore. But, yeah, usually a lot of arcadey games or whatnot have, like, very basic lore to why you're doing what you're doing. And there could easily be like, oh yeah, Pac-Man, he's stuck in the maze, forced to eat all the pellets in order to survive. After he eats all the pellets, he gets a break. And whatnot. But there's nothing official that I saw when I looked it up. Again, it was quickly. Apparently, Pac-Man called... some facts, I guess. Pac-Man is called Puck-Man in Japan. But they thought they could graffiti puck to look like another word, so they turned it to Pac to, stop vandals and whatnot. And also, it was made because the creator of it, no, not this Pac-Man. Toru Iwatani? Sorry if I butchered that. I think that's the creator. Toru Iwatani. Sorry again for butchering it. Was eating pizza, he took a slice and said, hey, that looks interesting. I guess. So yeah, story, nothing really there. But a lot of the arcade games, you didn't play for the story. You played for the, gameplay, but we'll talk about that later. But another thing you played for would be the, characters. Which, you have Pac-Man. A lot of the characters are basic. It's when you get into their coding that they really come alive and actually have personality. Because you have Pac-Man, who's just, you're the main character, so you just eat the pellets. And then you have the 4 ghosts. The red one being Blinky. The cyan one is Inky. The purple or pink one is Pinky. And the orange one, you guessed it, Clyde. And they just run around the maze trying to get you. They'll chase you down if possible, while you just try and get the pellets. But if you go into the coding, I'm not 100% sure who does what. But there's one that in Japan they have other names, and those names actually reflect what they do. So I think one of them is Pursue. One of them turns left or right most of the time. I can't remember the third. And Clyde, I know, is like Baka or Dumb or whatnot. Because he will not really chase you and he'll do whatever he wants. Clueless, maybe? I don't know. So they kind of have personalities when you dig into their code and how they work. But beyond that, not really. And going on to the setting, which is just one maze that never changes, with everything as it is, and the ghosts just get faster and faster. Yeah. And you have the invincibility thing, where you get the pellets in the corner. There's an area you can go off one side and rejoin on the other side. And every so often, a fruit will go into the bottom, which gives a number of points. But overall, yeah, it's just one maze. If you see it, that's what it is. Classic maze. Well done with a lot of twists and turns. But, yeah. It is as it is. And I guess the gameplay. The gameplay is pretty simple, as everything else has been in this talk. You just move the joystick around to move in a direction. As Pac-Man auto moves in that direction, so if you turn left, he will continue turning left until he hits a wall, or you go left, right, down, or back. And the main objective is to get all 200... How many pellets? Yeah, there are 244 pellets to collect. 240 are normal, and 4 of them are the super pellets that make you able to eat the ghosts. While you go through, there are ghosts in the thing. They have their own separate mechanics and whatnot that differ from each other. But if you hit them, or they run into you and whatnot, you perish, you lose a life. You lose all 3 lives, or maybe you get more if you're not playing this version. I don't know, maybe you can add in as many coins as you want. But by going through, fighting and whatnot. But yeah, getting hit makes you lose. Get all the pellets, you start back at the bottom, and sometimes there is a little scene that goes across the screen on certain level thresholds. So that's fun. But besides that, there's not much more to talk about. Overall, it's an enjoyable game. There's no real story, and the characters just have, like, what is it? Their design, their mechanics. Mechanics is what give them personality. The stage is always the same, but it's a really good stage. And you get fruit to spice it up a bit, which also marks what level you're on. Overall, oh, and if you get a certain amount of pellets, or points, not pellets, points, you get another Pac-Man. And the game keeps going until I think it was 250, where on 256, it would be a kill screen. That's either harder to see what's going on, or it just kills you outright. But either way, that's it. It's good. I recommend playing it. There's plenty of ways to play it, especially nowadays. It's might be one of the most re-released games ever, being on, like, there's countless Namco museums. Like, just here you have the Namco Museum Plus, which I have in my hand, the Namco Arcade Pack, which has Pac-Man. There's an old Namco arcade collections that had Pac-Man in it. There's a Pac-Man Museum Remix, which has it. There is so many games that have it. Even, like, other Pac-Man normal games, like Pac-Man World 2, you were able to play Pac-Man in it. It's really widely available. Like I said, it's probably the one that I know of being, like, re-released many, many times without getting much update. But, either way, that's it for me talking about this game. We're going to move on to the next game in the list, so I'll see you there. And I hope you like Pac-Man and quick review. Take care. See you in a bit.